coded into our DNA. It's been decades, but we still know exactly where that first hidden one-up is. Let's talk about the game that changed everything. Do you remember the first time you heard that 8-bit theme? The smell of the plastic cartridge? The frustration of World 1-4? Today we're going back to where the legend began. Super Mario Bros. Isn't just a game. It's a core memory for millions of us. In this video, we're diving deep into the Mushroom Kingdom to rediscover why this 1985 classic still holds a special place in our hearts. From the secret warp pipes to the legendary glitches, let's relive the magic of the NES era together. Super Mario, also known as Super Mario Bros. And Mario, is a platform game series developed and published by Nintendo and starring their mascot, Mario. The series was created by Japanese game designer Shigeru Miyamoto, and is the flagship series of the greater Mario franchise. At least one Super Mario game has been released for every major Nintendo video game console. A limited number of Super Mario games have also released on non-Nintendo gaming platforms. The Super Mario games are set primarily in the fictional Mushroom Kingdom, typically with Mario as the main player character. He is often joined by his brother Luigi and other members of the Mario cast. As platform games, they involve the player character running and jumping across platforms and defeating enemies in themed levels. The games have simple plots, typically with Mario and Luigi having to rescue the kidnapped Princess Peach from the primary antagonist Bowser. The first game in the series, Super Mario Bros., released for the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, in 1985, established the series' core gameplay concepts and elements. These include a multitude of power-ups that give the characters special powers such as size changing and fireball throwing. The Super Mario series, part of the greater Mario franchise, includes numerous spin-offs spanning various genres and media, such as film, television, printed media, and merchandise. More than 430 million copies of Super Mario games have been sold worldwide, making it the sixth best-selling video game series, behind the larger Mario franchise, the puzzle series Tetris, the Call of Duty series, the Pokémon video game series, and Grand Theft Auto. Objectives in the Super Mario games involve progressing through levels by defeating enemies, collecting items, and solving puzzles without dying. Power-up use is integral to the series. The series has installments featuring both 2- and 3-dimensional gameplay. In the 2D games, the player character, usually Mario, jumps on platforms and enemies while avoiding their attacks and moving to the right of the scrolling screen. 2D Super Mario game levels typically have a single exit objective that must be reached within a time limit, leading to the next sequential level. Super Mario Bros. 3 introduced the Overworld, a map of non-linear levels that branches according to the player's choice. Super Mario World introduced levels with secret exits. 3-dimensional installments in the series are split into 2 subgenres: open-world exploration-based games and more linear 3D games with a predetermined path. Levels in the open-world games, 64, Sunshine, and Odyssey, allow the player to freely explore multiple enclosed environments in 360-degree movement. As the game progresses, more environments become accessible. The linear 3D games, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D Land, and 3D World, feature more fixed camera angles and a predetermined path to a single goal, with minor exceptions. The series often features the option to play as characters other than Mario, usually Luigi. Earlier games offer an alternating multiplayer mode in which the second player controls Luigi on their turn. Luigi is often only playable by player 1 in a second, more challenging iteration of the base game, such as in The Lost Levels, Galaxy 2, New Super Luigi U, and the Special Worlds in 3D Land. These feature lower gravity and reduced friction for Luigi. Later games allow 4-player simultaneous play. Other playable characters include Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Toads, Yoshi, Rosalina, and Nabbit, among others. Characters are sometimes differentiated by special abilities. Mushroom power-ups appear in almost every Super Mario game. The most iconic of these is the Super Mushroom. The power-up increases the character's size, turning them into a super variant, and allows them to break certain blocks. When hit by an enemy, the character reverts to their smaller size instead of losing a life. When the character is in their super form, most blocks that would contain a Super Mushroom instead offer a more powerful power-up, such as the Fire Flower. The Super Mushroom is similar in appearance to the Amanita muscaria, with an ivory stalk below a most commonly red and white, originally red and orange spotted cap. Created by chance, Shigeru Miyamoto stated in an interview that beta tests of Super Mario Bros. Proved Mario too tall, so the development team implemented mushrooms to grow and shrink Mario. Different variants of mushroom power-ups appear in the series. For example, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels introduces the poison mushroom, which causes damage when collected, and New Super Mario Bros. Introduces the mini mushroom, which shrinks the character to miniature size. And the Mega Mushroom, which temporarily grows the character into a towering, invulnerable giant who can destroy enemies and the environment by running through them. Super Mario Bros. 3 introduces suits to the Super Mario series, many of which are based on animals or Mario enemies. The Raccoon suit, provisioned by a Super Leaf, and the Tanuki suit, turning Mario into Tanuki Mario, each provide the character with a tail that enables flight. In addition, the Tanuki suit lets the character spontaneously change into an invincible statue for about 5 seconds. Super Mario Bros. 3 also introduces a Hammer Bros suit, which allows Mario and Luigi to throw hammers as projectiles to defeat enemies at a distance. Other suits in later games in the series include the Frog suit, Penguin suit, Cat suit, Boomerang suit, and Bee suit. Super Mario Maker includes costume power-ups that depict many more characters from various franchises. Super Mario Maker 2 includes only a Link power-up. Flower power-ups let the player character shoot projectiles. The Fire Flower, introduced in Super Mario Bros., transforms the character into a fire variant who can throw bouncing fireballs at enemies. Galaxy is the first 3D Super Mario game to have the Fire Flower, although it is a limited-time item in the game and in Galaxy 2. In Land and Maker 2, the Super Ball is obtained from a Super Flower and allows the player to shoot a bouncing ball, which can be used to defeat enemies and collect coins. The Ice Flower transforms the character into an ice variant who can shoot balls of ice as projectiles similar to those of the Fire Flower. They freeze enemies in blocks of ice that can be used as platforms or thrown as projectiles, as seen in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. In its first series appearance, in Galaxy, the Ice Flower turns Mario or Luigi into ice, and lets him walk on lava or water for a limited time by freezing the surface. Lastly, New Super Mario Bros. 2's Gold Flower lets Mario or Luigi turn brick blocks into coins and earn bonus coins for defeating enemies. Koopa shells serve as a major projectile in the series, featuring since the original game. The character can throw them to defeat enemies, collect coins, and activate the functions of blocks. Power-ups are available for Yoshi to breathe fire in World, Yoshi's Island, and 64DS. Breathe freezing air and spit seeds in Yoshi's Island. Spit out enemies in the World games, and spit juice in Sunshine. Other power-ups let the character throw bombs, boomerangs, and baseballs, and shoot cannonballs. In Odyssey, Mario can possess characters, some of which can launch various projectiles. Flying shoot-'em-up gameplay also appears in the series. Mario pilots the armed Sky Pop biplane and Marine Pop submarine in Land. The Koopa Clown Car, personal transport vehicle of Bowser and the Koopalings, has a fireball shooting variant in Maker. Apart from automated objects and levels that may transport the player character, certain rideable animals and vehicles have appeared that the player controls. Mario's dinosaur friend Yoshi has appeared as a mount to the player character in several Super Mario games since Super Mario World. In Yoshi's Island and 64DS, instead of the player character merely riding on Yoshi's back, Yoshi is the player character. Yoshis generally have abilities, including eating enemies, flying, shooting projectiles, and breathing fire. Miyamoto had originally wished for Mario to be able to ride a dinosaur in Super Mario Bros., but this wasn't possible due to technical limitations. Poochie is a dog featuring in Yoshi's Island, who Yoshi can ride. Plesiosaur's Dory and Plessy can be ridden by the player characters in 64 and 3D World respectively, with Plessy serving a larger role in Bowser's Fury. Various vehicles that the player character can control have also appeared. These include a magic carpet in 2, flying clouds in several 2D games, submarines in Land and Yoshi's Island, an airplane in Land, a helicopter, train, and mole tank in Yoshi's Island, cars in Yoshi's Island and Maker 2, and the Koopa Clown Car aircraft in the Maker games. We grew up, but Mario never did. He's still there, waiting for you to pick up the controller one more time. If this brought back a memory, leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next Warp Pipe.